Oh. Oh, that's right. I accidentally found this when I ended stream last time.
What?
The side stories, the computer screen, when you close out DDLC. Trust Part 1.
Hello.
Hi. I gotta pull up my stream real quick to see who just said that.
Trust.
Shift, are you lagging? Or is that my end?
So, is the trust all about...
I'm not sure.
Is this what we see again?
Of course, that's what you say. Hi, Savage. How you doing? Begin side story? Yep. I think this is between Monica and Sayori.
Oh boy, one of them's gonna be...
Oh.
Good.
Watch your stream right now to see this.
Soccer tryouts, bake sale.
Oh, are you sure? Not. Come and think of it.
Okay, everyone. The literature club is starting. Let's all have a seat and take attendance, okay? I miss debate club. Who knew it could be so difficult to start a new club? Oh. Interesting. I feel worse with every day that passes without anyone coming in. I'm really starting to lose confidence. Monica is the only member of the literature club. In the days that passed, all her efforts to recruit new members have been fruitless. Am I going about this wrong? Monica glances at one of her flyers. The headline is, "Do you like literature?"
Yes, I do like the literature club. Come and think of it.
Maybe nobody is into literature enough to pick it up over their other club interest. I can't just rely on people liking literature. I need to sell a vision. I need to sell them on a vision. A vision. But what kind of vision? Monica rests her head on her desk, deep in thought. But before she realizes it, it's the recent nights of staying up too late to start to catch up on her. It's so quiet, and the noise of the air conditioner is soothing. She fell asleep.
She fell asleep quickly.
Hello? Suddenly, a voice causes Monica to snap awake. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, I never do this. Is this the napping club? No, this is... Monica pauses, suddenly embarrassed to admit that this is, in fact, a literature club. This is the literature club. Yay, I thought I got it wrong for a sec. I'm super sorry, it was, like, so unprofessional of me to do that. Don't apologize, I do it all the time. Oh. Did I miss the club meeting? Where is everyone? Well, about that. This is everyone. Really? Just you? But we're getting more members. I'm working really hard on it. Hold on a sec. If it's just you... That means I get to be vice president! So that's how she became vice president.
No, not Sayori.
Wait, vice president? What are your qualifications? Well, I'm better at napping than you. Maybe I should be president. Now you're just making fun of me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? Sayori. Okay, Sayori. I've been trying really hard on this club. I know you caught me at a weird time, but it's really disheartening to not be taken seriously, you know? I care about this so much. I just wanted to find other people who do too. Oh no. I'm so sorry. I do care, I promise. I have a hard time being serious, that's all. I didn't mean for it to hurt you. Yeah, this is something... The fucking remix, though. I love this remix. And I was joking about the vice president thing, too. I would make a terrible vice president. I mean, I'm sure that Monica tries to say something reassuring, but it's difficult when she doesn't know much about Sayori. I'm sorry that this isn't, like, a real club yet. Would you like to be interested in joining after I found a few more members, at least? Well, no. I want to join now. Really? Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. Besides, I can tell how hard you've been working on it. You're doing something amazing, and you should be proud of it, you know? So let me help you turn something stressful into something fun. If nothing else, I'm good at that, so... I hate the fucking laughs. Ahaha. Honestly, how could I possibly say no to that? Oh, I'm slowing down now. That's really sweet of you, Sayori. Oh, I'm Monica, by the way. Monica! That's such a cool name. Oh, now you're just trying to cheer me up. But you're smiling. Well, I didn't say it didn't work.
It's time to play the Monica music in the background. I'm just kidding, I won't do that. It's
The Monica music.
Hey kid, that's copyright music.
I'm streaming the game that it's from. How the fuck is it copyrighted? Or are you talking about one of those songs that other YouTubers make?
Oh no, it's a parody.
Oh, then never mind then. Don't play it. Monica glances at the flyer on her desk and realizes that her name is already written on it. So what do we do first? Well, it's getting pretty late, isn't it? We can go home and try to come up with some new ideas to recruit club members. I can do that. Cool. And I think I need to put more thought into my vision for the club. You know, like a mission. My mission is to make everyone happy. Yeah, something like that. I need to think about it. Hey, do you like hugs? I guess so? Sayori suddenly pulls Monica into a friendly hug, then lets go. Some people can just really use a hug sometimes. Besides, Sayori whispers loudly, hug energy is what keeps me at my best. Hug energy? Monica laughs. Although Sayori is different from her, Monica feels her spirits lifted. Maybe it's just because she's finally found another club member. But, well, I'm looking forward to tomorrow then. It'll be fun. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna think really hard about tonight, about how to get more people. Yeah, me too.
I'll be right back.
Okay. A day passes. Then it's time for the literature club. Monica and Sayori to reconvene. As president, Monica ensures that she is the first to arrive at the club room, but she finds herself waiting longer than expected for Sayori. It's been 10 minutes already. Maybe Sayori's changed her mind about joining? No, that can't be. She was so excited about yesterday. But I'm getting kind of worried. Suddenly, Sayori comes bounding through the door. In her hand, she holds a sheet of paper.
I will back.
Okay, Shift. Sorry I'm late, I'm here. It's okay, welcome back. And Sayori spins over to Monica and deposits a sheet of paper on Monica's desk. Oh, what's this? Take my hand. Take my hand, take me forward. Take me to your dreamland. Caution me to watch my step, so I don't look back at my footprints. Climb the stairs ahead of me while I look up at you. The more I look forward, the more I look up. The more I can lend to you. If you can trust me to follow your pace, I'll trust you to set it. If you can trust me to lend you a smile, I can trust you to return it. I didn't read all that. Shit. Well, I didn't see you could scroll it down and it wouldn't let me. Hey, this is really good. You wrote this, Sayori? Of course. Wait, no. That's the wrong side of the paper. Huh? I wasn't ready to share that yet. I'm so embarrassed. Monica flips over the paper. On the other side is a list of ideas for recruiting new club members. Oh, so this is what you wanted to show me. But now I'm curious, do you write poetry often? I do, but I'm sure I'm not anywhere near as good as you are. Aw, really? I'm actually terrible at writing poetry. I've never written anything that I was happy with. Like, I always read it again a week after I write it, and I'm like, wow, this is so stupid. I don't know. It's like the dramatic version of me doesn't agree with the person I want myself to be, or something like that. Aw. You should have more confidence in yourself. Hi, Zach. You're the literature club president.
I want to join the voice act.
Are you making fun of how I put it? How I wrote it down?
I want to join the voice act.
Whatever.
How you doing, buddy?
You joined just to fuck with me, didn't ya?
Yes, I did. I'm currently eating and setting up something.
Aha, I guess you're not wrong there. I need to, like, set a good example or whatever. You know, I can envision the club doing something like that. Doing what? You know, like sharing poems we write, and stuff like that. Oh yeah! I would love that! It's such a good way to learn about other people, you know? It's like we have so many emotions that we can't express to other people, usually. But you can write... Wait, I read that wrong. But you can when it's in a poem, right? Yeah. And there he goes. I think that's helping me form a more cohesive vision for the club. So I'm glad you showed me. Well, even though it was by accident. Me too. I felt embarrassed at first, but it now feels kind of good that someone else read it. I'll try to show more of them in the future. I'd love that. Oh geez, I'm getting distracted. Do you want to go over the recruitment brainstorm together? My brain stormed so hard. It was like a brain hurricane. My brain is a natural disaster. Sayori, that's terrible. Anyways, let's take a look at the list. Make cupcakes? I was hungry. But it's a good idea, isn't it? Let me think about this. I mean, when would we have the chance to give people cupcakes? You know, like when they come into the club. What if we had said we had 3 free cupcakes on the flyers? I'm like kinda worried that would bring in the wrong kind of people, you know? Wrong kinds. People would just come in for the cupcakes and then leave. Aw, nobody would do that. That would be mean. But you know, I want to find people who are really into literature, even if they don't know it yet. Let's see, the next thing on the list. Hunt for people reading books. I don't think I get it. Like, going around the school and finding people who are reading books, you know? Like in the morning, during lunch, we tell them to check out the literature club. Well, the problem with that is, like, wouldn't most people reading books just be doing it for an assignment or something? How would we know if they're just reading for fun? Well, we could ask them. But then we'd be bothering people who are trying to do schoolwork. I didn't think about that part, I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. You're coming up with a lot more things than I can. Oh, your next idea is to hand out flyers rather than just put them on walls. I definitely like to start doing that. I'm useful! Me every day of my life. I never said you weren't. I just need to think. What would we tell people when handing them out? We don't just want to be like, join the literature club. Let's figure out how we could better engage people. What if you told them about the club's activities and stuff? What club activities? Yeah, I guess it's supposed to be my job to come up with that, right? A vision for the club? Okay, Sayori, pretend you're a normal person for a second. Wait, I didn't mean it like that. You know, like some random pass-buyer who's getting a flyer. Okay. How would you react to the idea of a literature club? Probably like, literature is stupid. I'm joining the anime club. What the heck? Sorry. Just thinking of a friend of mine. Okay, what if I said that we, like, do group reading and discuss it together? I would probably nap through that. That's you, Sayori. Yeah, but it doesn't really sound fun to most people anyways. We need to really catch their interest, you know? This sucks. Why is this so hard? Monica, don't be sad. What do you like about literature, Sayori? Me? Well, kind of said that in my poem earlier. I think it gives you a chance to express yourself. Like, express yourself in ways you can't normally do, when you're just doing your normal day and talking to your friends. I mean, we have so many thoughts and feelings that we just don't get to share, you know? It's like, intimate. Yeah. How do we get that across to people? We could be like, express your true self. Be intimate with us. Sayori, I don't think that's exactly what you want. Okay, that's kind of... I'm just kidding. Oh my gosh. What is it? I forgot all my things in my classroom. I've gotten too excited and rushed here. Silly me. Rushed. But weren't... never mind. Did you want to get your stuff
Daddy
then?
Getting late? I'll forget if I don't do it now. Well, I'll wait for you then. Okay, it'll only take a second. Sayori dashes out of the room, leaving Monica momentarily alone. Monica sighs and starts jolting her thoughts onto a sheet of paper. Express yourself. Be who you want to be. Make new friends. Seal the deal, Daddy.
Discover a new you. Discover your heart. No. Write your heart out. No. Write into your heart. Write a way into your heart. Join a literature club. Write the way into your heart. Wow, that's lame. Monica! Ah! You startled me. Sorry. But it's something important. On the way to the classroom, there was this girl reading a book. Reading a book? Let's hurry and recruit her. Wait. Are you sure she's not doing homework? I could tell she was really into it. Well, I guess we could take a look. Monica grabs one of her flyers and stands up from the desk. Then the two depart from the classroom with Sayori leading the way. This way. You don't have to run. Sayori leads Monica over to a particular classroom, then lowers her voice to a whisper.
See? In here. Monica
Doki
peers
likes
through the
smart
window.
girls.
Sure enough, there's a girl sitting alone, intently reading a book. I feel like a creep doing this. You should go inside and talk to her. Me? You're the president. All I would probably do is scare her away. Okay, fine, I'll do it. Monica takes a deep breath, then timidly enters the classroom. That was fast. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Why? What happened? Well, I entered the classroom, she didn't even look up from her book. So I kind of just left the flyer on her desk and walked out. That's kind of cute. But I'm sure she'll see it and want to join the club. I hope so. Shall we head back now? The two headed back to the club room. Sayori felt rather accomplished, and Monica still feeling a bit embarrassed about the encounter. Upon returning, Monica and Sayori resume their strategy meeting. They discuss various kinds of recruitment tactics and professional to silly. From professional to silly, whatever. After going through Sayori's list, and with Monica coming up with ideas of her own, the two ended up in a better spot than from where they begin. Well, I would say that today was pretty productive, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we're starting to make progress. I can't wait to get some new members. Hey, what's this? Sayori peers at the sheet of paper Monica was jolting on earlier. Oh, don't mind that. I was just thinking to myself. Join the literature club. Right the way into your heart? That's so cute. I thought it was a little overdramatic. But Sayori pauses
Hey
and
guys,
thinks
it's
for a moment.
Sockman204 and today we are going to watch how many times King Creeper can fumble over words.
Hi, this is King Creeper, and I'm here to unmod Zackman204. You know, I don't think you gave yourself enough credit. What? What do you mean? Like, I don't know. I feel like... excuse me. I feel like I can tell you... wait. I feel like I can tell from talking to you today. I wouldn't dare, eh? How much are you betting that I wouldn't? It seems you're always afraid of doing something wrong. Yeah, but...
Your soul going to heaven.
Worth it. Would you call yourself a perfectionist? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am. I mean, I always have an idea in my head and how I want things to go. And it's like, I can't accept anything less than that. But I think in the end, it helps me try my hardest at everything. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's that bad. Like with this club, we have such an opportunity to make it into exactly how we envision it. I need a drink. Okay. But it feels like we only have one shot at it. So I'm just really afraid of deviating from the vision. What's the vision? Monica pauses to think, then shakes her head to herself. She sighs. I don't know. I just want everyone to... Monica trails off. Smiling, Sayori taps her fingers against the sheet of paper. Right the way into your heart. I think what you're trying to do is to make a club that you need the most out of anyone. Well, you're the one...
This creeper really mugged me.
Well, you're the one who knows yourself best, of course. But I'm here to help you. Monica returns Sayori's smile. It's sort of amazing how kind you are. We're really gonna make this the best club ever. Sayori nods, and the two remain silent for a moment, lost in thought.
Oh yay, Imari mugged.
The only sound is a steady whisper of the air conditioner. And then the moment... And the only moment is the afternoon sunlight trickling its way out in and out of the moving clouds. Sayori breaks the moment with a big yawn. Time to go home? You tell me, you're the president. Haha. In that case, today's meeting is officially over. I look forward to tomorrow. Me too.
Movement.
Sayori beams and grabs her things. You can go ahead. I need a few minutes still. Oh, I can wait. I can wait.
It was movement, not moment.
Be right back, stream.
Time to say a bunch of trigger words. Watching your stream on my tablet because my phone died. I may have done a bad gamer thing. Sorry, Savage. I know you can't respond right now, but I'm going to assume you said it is okay. So Savage, how is you day going? I'm glad to hear your day is well. Thanks for asking. My day has actually been quite wonderful.
I'm back.
I got to go to school in my foot appointment. Then I came home and got to work on content with Creeper and Joey.
Okay, Zach. This one actually does get you unmodded. I don't care if you have problems with other people, don't ban people from my stream unless they have done something wrong. AKA, they have talked politics or have been racist in my stream. You literally just timed out Savage because he talked.
I put him and Timmy out.
Oh, you mean like this?
Not banned him.
Anyway, let's get back to the stream. That's alright, I just want some alone time. In that case, Sayori waves enthusiastically at Monica. Good luck! Monica smiles and waves in return as Sayori spins her way out of the club room. All alone, she sighs to herself and takes a minute to zone out. She wasn't prepared for the reflection? Yeah, reflection. The self-reflection encouraged by Sayori, but she decides it was something she probably needed to do right now. The club that I need the most? I don't get it. I just wanted to start a club with more passion. Something that I could use to help lead people to happiness. Literature is the key to that. Because it's the window to the real person inside of us. Underneath the person who's forced to always smile and blend in. The person who's forced to be perfect. Monica suddenly notices a folder on the floor by the desk. Did Sayori leave this behind? I hope she doesn't have her homework in it. Worried, Monica opens the folder and checks. Poems. It's a folder of poems. Become the flower. A feeling of joy is a flower plucked from the ground. The color, the scent, it's so pretty in my hair. Every day, I pluck some flowers as if they grew just for me. A lifetime of peace and nourishment, yanked away in an instant. All for me, all for joy. I need more. I need more joy. I need more happy. Pluck, pluck, pluck every day. Pluck, pluck, pluck. So pretty in my hair. Pluck, pluck, pluck. You're going to die. And you too. Beneath my feet, a flower stands alone. It beckons to me. I twist the stem, freeing it from the clinging roots. Caressing the final joyous moment between my fingers. But to what ends? I look in every direction.
I tried to text you saying that my phone died and then now I'm on my tablet.
Yeah, I saw your message. I look in every direction, and the field I stand in, the prosperous field, is a barren wasteland. The fruits of my labor, the carnage of my joy. And that's why I've decided I must become the flower. What the? Wait, Sayori? That's the first part of trust. Might as well do the second part. And then we gotta continue playing the normal game to get more side stories. Another day passes in a flash. It's already time for the club meeting. Although Monica should have come up with a plan for today's club task, she hasn't been able to share or shake her guilt and anxiety after reading Sayori's poems. I'm so stupid. How did I let myself be the center of attention? Sayori's going through all these kinds of feelings, and I'm letting her confront me instead of the other way around. What kind of club president does that? The whole time, I didn't even ask her about her own feelings.
Good newspaper, my friend helped me make a Microsoft account Minecraft, so now when I get Minecraft on PlayStation 4 I can just put it in there.
Nice. So much for the stupid vision. Sayori enters the club room with her... I just mumbled that. Sayori enters the club room with her usual smile. But upon seeing the downcast Monica, her smile quickly fades into an expression of concern. Monica? Is everything okay? I'm really sorry. I'm such a terrible friend. Huh? What are you talking about? You're an amazing friend. Monica shakes her head. I made this all about myself. Even you said so yesterday. You told me that I'm trying to make a club that I need the most, right? But my problems are so trivial compared to yours. Sayori quickly responds, What are you talking about? But as she says that, her face darkens. Through the silence, Sayori mutters her realization. I left my folder here. Monica stares blankly Monica stares blankly ahead, unable to come up with a response. I wasn't ready to share those. Now you're worrying about me. I don't want that. But why? We're friends, right? Wordless, Sayori nods. Friends look out for each other. I want to be here for you as much as you're here for me. Another long moment of I cannot read tonight. Another long moment passes in silence. The air is incredibly heavy. This is different. It wasn't just about you yesterday. It was about the club. Besides, things were so happy yesterday. You don't need to do this all of a sudden. I don't want it. I like happy, so if you do this, then you're just being selfish. Monica massages her forehead, struggling through the frustration of such a paradox. It's understandable that Sayori isn't ready to share those certain things, but it's unfair as it is to Monica to pry. It's also painful for Monica to force herself to ignore the needs of her friends. I'm sorry I looked. I disrespected your privacy. No, I don't blame you for looking. You would have at least needed to check if it was mine. Yeah. Monica takes a deep breath. Okay. I understand that you don't want me to worry. And I think I'll be able to put this aside so that we can move on. But can you promise me something? Promise you what? Monica pauses and collects her thoughts. This is a literature club. A place where people can express themselves in the ways that life normally doesn't allow them to. That's the vision. In fact, it's our vision. Right the way into your heart, or whatever. So, I just want you to promise me that you'll remember that too. It doesn't have to be right now, but I want to be here for you when you need it. I want us to be ourselves like that. Sayori smiles gently. I'll promise if you promise. Unable to help it, Monica returns Sayori's smile. I promise. Me too. As the conversation closes, the mood in the room is lifted. With that behind them, it's time to proceed with the club activities. So, want to teach me about poetry? Huh? But what about the recruitments? It's fine. We have plenty of time for that. But right now, I feel like I want to do this. I mean, I do have to fulfill my end of the promise, you know? There's no way I could say no to that. Just don't expect much. I do a lot of writing, but it's not like I'm a scholar or anything. That's fine. I think I just need, like, some motivation. I'll never know where to start when it comes to writing poems. Starting isn't so hard.
This feels like you're the narrator of this story, aka this feels like a movie.
Yeah? Well, that's kind of the point of a visual novel. You kind of just need to write down your feelings and see where it takes you. Yeah, but that wouldn't come out to any good. It's not supposed to. You're gonna have to fight your perfectionist mind on this one. You can just start writing your feelings and see what kind of things it makes you think of. And then you can turn your feelings into a little story. You can get your own feelings down first, then make it sound pretty later. It's not like building a railroad, where you go from one end to the other. It's more like a college, where you find all the things you want to put in, and then you arrange them in a pretty way. At least, that's how I do it. It's not like it's the only way, but it's a really good way to not get stuck right at the beginning. I understand. Yeah, I always get so caught up I always get so caught up in how it sounds, and I forget that what's actually important. Monica pulls out a pen and paper and starts writing. Stop being a perfectionist. You idiot. I'm just kidding. Monica scribbles out, "You idiot," as she writes it down. No, keep it. What? Why? Are you calling me an idiot? Of course not. But the point is that you're not supposed to police your feelings, right? Be as dramatic as you want. But I was just... Well, yeah. Underneath the scrolls, Monica writes, "You idiot." She stares at the paper. Her words stare back at her. It's kind of funny how I wrote that down, what I'm mad at myself for, and then I did the exact thing anyways. This is really going to take some getting used to. I believe in you. Thanks. I do too. Me, I mean. But also you, of course. Monica continues the exercise, jolting down her thoughts. It's surprisingly quite a struggle to write down without overthinking it. But after a while, Sayori's guidance and encouragement, Monica's sheet of paper begins to look fairly lively, peppered with all her random thoughts. Phew. Monica looks up and down her sheet. Gosh, I feel so tense looking at this. I hate it. But it's also kind of liberating. I can tell how hard you're trying. It makes me happy. I think you'll be good at writing poems. Don't give me too much credit. I have to try... Wait. I'd have to try really, really hard at it. But I think it's something I'll enjoy doing. With you. Sayori beams. I'll stop here. But we still have some time. Let's try to work on a new filler for the club. I won't be so picky about the language. Yay, let's do it. Monica and Sayori proceed with their work. With each passing day, the two of them become more and more confident in the club. Not simply for their recruitment planning, but from their vision as well. As their bond strengthens, so does the essence of the literature club. Finally, they begin to truly feel it's only a matter of time before they find more members. Is that it? No, it isn't. Another day passes. As usual, Monica is the first in the club room. With her printouts of the revisited literature club, I almost said filler, flyer, complete with all the new ideas Monica and Sayori come up with. If only this was the flyer we gave to that one reading girl the other day. It's so much more attractive than the old one, but the new catchphrase is featured clearly in the center of the flyer. Write the way into your heart. Surely common sense would say that one writes from the heart, not into the heart. But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Wait, what? I gotta read that again.
Who's in a party with you?
But the message being delivered is that one can use writing to discover themselves. Okay, I get it now. Hopefully Monica and Sayori had thoughts that it would be enough to garner some curiosity from students. Why do I feel so tense looking at this? Monica thinks back to the previous meeting when she performed the writing exercise. Was I always this bad at expressing myself? How am I supposed to be president if I can't even demonstrate what a club is supposed to be about? The literature club is truly beginning to take form, and with that, the weight on Monica's shoulders only becomes heavier. Debate club was always about rigid structure, formulating airtight points and counterpoints, and delivering them with conviction. It was about the person on the outside. That's why Monica was so good at it. It existed entirely within her realm of comfort. So it's suffocating. I need to break through this mental wall. I need to learn to express myself for real. Monica pulls out a sheet of paper and grabs her pen. She presses the tip of the pen firmly against the paper. But her hand doesn't move. Instead, A tiny block of ink collects around the tip of her pen. Monica lifts the pen and stares at the little blotch. For some reason, she feels compelled to run her fingers across it. As she does so, the black ink smears across the paper, ruining Monica's canvas. Ugh. Out of spite for herself, Monica presses her pen down once again, letting the ink collect. She creates a second smear onto the paper. Come on, Monica. Just move your hand. Monica writes. This is what I get for seeking perfection. A stain. Monica slides the paper away from and puts her head down on her desk. The air conditioner seems louder today. I'm here! Hi. Monica hears Sayori approach her desk, then stop for a second, probably reading the piece of paper. Then she sits down to adjust to an adjacent desk. Bad day? Mm-hmm. Me too. You too? The new flyer looks so good. You've been working so hard. On the club. But also something else, I think. I can't do it. I'm sorry. It's so hard to just be vulnerable. Sayori takes a sheet of paper from Monica's desk. She writes something down, then stares at it for a while. Can I trust you? Of course. You can trust me with anything. Sayori gazes at Monica with sadness in her eyes. Understanding the signal, Monica takes the paper from Sayori's desk and reads it. Sometimes I want to die. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Sayori. This is really, really hard for me. Her voice shakes. So, if I can do it, then you can do. Because you're like a million times better than me. That's completely not true. Sayori takes a deep breath, trying to steady herself. That's something about me I've never told anyone before. Even now, my head is, like, screaming me to stop. Wait, you don't have to force yourself. I mean, just because of the promise yesterday, I want to. It just feels right. I mean, maybe
going to hang.
I mean, maybe it's part of the reason I came to this club in the first place.
Smiling face.
Hi, Shift. Welcome back. This is the Literature Club. I trust you. More than I'm scared. At those words, Monica stands up. Sayori must have taken days to work up the courage for this. Were Monica's own futile but genuine efforts actually the push Sayori needed? Sayori deliberately breaths can be heard over the air conditioner. As she prepares herself to continue, Monica waits in gentle silence. I have this problem where I get really upset when people worry about me too much. I can't control it. It's like, why waste your energy worrying about me when you could just be happy instead? So I never tell anyone about these kind of thoughts I have. It's so much easier to just smile and help everyone else be happy. But that's terrible. That's what Monica wanted to say, but she stopped herself in fear that saying the wrong thing. It's just that if everyone knew about it, they wouldn't treat me the same anymore. Like, whenever I'm not smiling, everyone would be worried about me and ask me what's wrong. I know that because it used to be like that. Sayori pauses, seeming to recall something in the past. I just want everyone to be happy. That's the most important thing to me. And letting people look inside my head doesn't bring happiness to anyone. Sayori pauses again, her solemn expression making her look almost like an entirely different person. How did you find the courage to tell me this? You're not worried I'll be one of those people too? I am worried. Part of me really hates myself for doing this. But another part of me, I think, just felt like it would be different this time. Whenever we talk about the club is supposed to mean, I kept feeling like it was right for me to do. Especially after you've been trying so hard to express yourself too. It just made me feel like I could say it in confidence. Our friendship doesn't have to change. It's so silly. The club is only 2 people, but it already means this much to me. Monica feels a tightening sensation in her heart. A feeling of connection as Sayori emotionally radiates between them. Me too. I was so lost until you showed up. You're so brave, Sayori. You're so strong and brave. I don't even comprehend. Or compare. Monica steps forward. But, if nothing else, I can at least offer you some hug energy. If you'd like. New art! We found one of the new arts. Wordless, without a smile, Sayori rests her head on Monica's shoulder. Through their contact, Monica can almost feel a torrent of thoughts swimming in Sayori's head. And in this moment, enhanced by the air of the club, Monica realizes that of all of the days that have passed, I'm struggling to do this, I don't know why. This is the one where she really, really hopes no one new walks through that door. She speaks softly. You're like the sweetest girl I've ever met. You could say anything. I'll never judge you. I promise. Sayori's breaths begin to quiver. She takes several deep breaths, trying as hard as she can to start speaking, to say the things she never once dared to say out loud. Finally, she speaks in a choked voice. I'm so worthless. I'm worthless, and everyone would be better off without me. She suppressed a sob as a tear fell down from her cheek. I'm
This is
just
wholesome.
an inconvenience to everyone. I'm not good at anything, and it just feels like everyone just has to put up with me. I hate it. I hate it. The more Sayori speaks, the more she fails to control her voice, falling victim to overwhelming sadness clutching at her throat and chest. I don't want to have to put up with these thoughts. I just want them to go away. And now I'm making you put up with me, and I just want to die. As soon as Sayori loses her composition, Monica becomes determined to keep her own. She only wants to be what Sayori needs right now, so she won't let any sadness show. Her voice comes through as soft and gentle. This isn't putting up with you. It's just being your friend. Monica offers a few words of comfort. But she knows, Sayori said it herself, that the thoughts Sayori experienced are ones that don't belong, and Monica can't magically make them go away. The most she can do is help Sayori battle them, like any good friend would. You have so much value. To me, and to your other friends too. This club wouldn't be the same without you. I really, really mean that. You coming here was the best thing that could have ever happened. Even if we never got any other members, I would still be happy. That's what you brought here. You brought us a vision. You also brought happiness. And that's your favorite thing to do, right? Sayori doesn't respond, but Monica feels her gently nod. No more words are needed between them. The two shared an embrace for a while longer. Monica letting Sayori take as much time as she needed. Once her breathing steadies and her sniffle fully ceased, Sayori lifts her head and wipes her eyes. I guess I needed that. Some days are harder than others. Well, I'm here whenever you need me. But any other time, I'll make sure that things are the way they are usually. If that's what makes you happy. Mm-hmm. Thanks. You're the best. No, you are. The two exchange smiles. You know, I'm sorry to bring this up all of a sudden, but I didn't finish reading that. Have you considered talking to a professional? Sayori nods. It's scary, since it's already hard to tell people. Yeah. Well, of course, it'll always be your choice. But if you're ever looking to find courage for it, I can do my best to help you. Thanks. I think it helps knowing that you would. Sayori suddenly yawns and stretches. Wow, that made me tired. And hungry. Well, I won't make you do any work today if you're not up for it. No, I want to. I mean, I can definitely sorry. I mean, I can say that it's definitely one thing that makes me happy. Monica smiles. But I want to get a snack first. All of a sudden, the sound of the door causes the two of them to turn their heads. The door opens halfway, then stops. A face peeks inside. A face that seems familiar. Is that it? Those are the two side stories we've unlocked for now. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm not gonna make you guys go through... I'm not gonna make you guys go through all of the game when 90% of YouTube has already seen this. And I will only be streaming when I find these side stories, and I'll just do it on my own. I'll do the normal game on my own. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will talk to you all in the next video.